revolutionize dairy farming. Fast Milk gives us the tools to provide high quality standard of milk, making sure our equipment is all well taken care of, make sure that those animals are housed and cared for appropriately. They continue to push us with their standards to make sure that it just gets better and better.
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center, where the Warriors are celebrating a wild 6-5 shootout win over the Medicine Hat Tigers here tonight. It was an up and down roller coaster type of game here at the hangar, and the Warriors come out with the 2 points, move within a point of the Medicine Hat Tigers now for the top second spot in the Eastern Conference. And just a wild start to this weekend series between these two teams, and it started off not great for the Moose Jaw Warriors, but they found a way to get it done in the end and come away with the victory here tonight. We got plenty to go over here on our post-game show. We'll hear from Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary in just a little bit. We'll have your Connexus save of the night, the out-of-town scoreboard, 3 stars. But we'll start with the game scoring summary, and there's a lot to go through. Starting in the first period, where the Medicine Hat Tigers scored 3 goals in 2 minutes and 48 seconds. 2 of them coming off the stick of Gavin McKenna, his 19th and 20th of the year. Sandwiched in between that was Hayden Harsani's 10th of the season, and that made it 3-0 after just 7:48 in the Warriors, with a lot of shots early in that period. But it was Medicine Hat that got out to the early lead. Warriors did battle back a minute 10 after the second McKenna goal. Jagger Furcus gets his 36th of the season at 8:58, and then later in the period, Denton Matejchuk with his 10th of the season, making it a 1-goal game going into the second period. Second period, all Moose Jaw. The Warriors with a ton of pressure in that middle frame, but don't come away with a goal, and they sit down 1 going into the third period. Then midway through the third, Drew Krebs' long point shot finds its way through, and that made it a 2-goal advantage for Medicine Hat, and a tough hill to climb for the Moose Jaw Warriors. But just 4 minutes after that, Denton Matejchuk gets his 2nd of the night, 11th of the season, and puts the Warriors back within 1. Just 4 minutes after that, it's Lyndon Lakovich with his 10th of the season, and that getting the Warriors even with the Medicine Hat Tigers at that point. Then with just 22 seconds left in the hockey game, Denton Matejchuk gets his hat-trick goal, firing in a shot for his 12th of the season, and giving the Warriors a 5-4 lead at that point. But it wasn't over. Just 8 seconds after that, Shane Smith breaks in on a rush with Andrew Basha and Gavin McKenna, and they pot it for his 23rd of the season, tying the game, sending things to overtime. Overtime solved nothing. Then in the shootout, Matthew Savoy scores on his first shot. Andrew Basha, Gavin McKenna, Oasis Weisblatt, all stopped by Jackson Unger, and that gives the Warriors the victory here in front of a big crowd in downtown Moose Jaw, and an exciting victory for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Shots on goal in this hockey game, 55-28 in favor of Moose Jaw. It was 17-5 in that third period as the Warriors mounted the comeback. Medicine Hat outshooting the Warriors 4-0 in the overtime frame, but it was the Warriors outshooting Medicine Hat 55-28 here in this hockey game. Power plays, Moose Jaw going 0-for-2. Medicine Hat didn't have a power play opportunity in the hockey game. So Warriors with the big 6-5 shootout win over the Medicine Hat Tigers, taking this one here tonight in the first half of a weekend home-and-home set against Medicine Hat. They'll be in at the Co-op Place in Medicine Hat tomorrow night to take on these two for a rematch between these two teams. Let's take a look at the 3 stars of the hockey game. And third star, Lyndon Lakovich. He's been a bit snake-bitten as of late and got a big goal late for the Warriors. His 10th of the season, tied the game up for Moose Jaw, and he is your third star of the hockey game. Played a great game up and down the lineup, playing some bigger minutes here in this one tonight. Gavin McKenna, 2 goals, 3 points in this hockey game. He was dangerous every time he was on the ice. He is your second star. And the captain, Denton Matejchuk, is the first star of the hockey game with a hat trick in this victory. It was a great game for Denton Matejchuk. Also, should be of note, Jackson Unger with the victory has now set a new Warriors franchise record with 10 straight wins on the year for Jackson, now up to 24 victories on the season. So that's a franchise record for for Jackson Unger with his 10th straight win. But Denton Matejchuk is your first star of the hockey game with a hat trick here in this one. Speaking of Jackson Unger, let's take a look at the Connexus save of the night. Could go with the shootout winner. We picked this a little bit before that, but a nice point-blank stop there from Jackson. Medicine Hat Tigers getting in all alone, and he comes out top of his crease, makes a big save. I would probably say the save of the night is the shootout winner, poke check on Oasis Weisblatt to give the Warriors the victory, but we picked that long before overtime happened, and that is your Connexus save of the night here tonight for Jackson Unger, making 23 saves in the victory, including 3 more in the shootout. Let's now head down to the Warriors locker room, where I'm being joined by head coach Mark O'Leary after tonight's win. And coach, that was a wild one. You got to be happy with the resilience showed by your team to come back and tie that game and eventually win that one in the shootout.
Yeah, I don't think our attitude or energy changed throughout the game, and that's something to be proud of with this group. You listen to the way they talk on the bench and in the dressing room. It's great. There wasn't really a doubt from our end that we'd find a way, and we stuck with it, and we did. We found a way.
What was kind of the feeling after those first 3 goals for Medicine Hat? You guys had a ton of pressure. It was just 3 turnovers led to 3 goals, pucks going into the back of the net.
That was exactly the messaging. There was nothing they were doing that we needed to make adjustments to. It was just simply us managing the puck and put it in smart places, and totally in our control. And I think you can find strength and confidence in that it is in your control, and we showed that from then on out. Really, that the rest of the game was about us and our decisions with the puck, and when we did the right thing the right way, we were rewarded for it.
Denton Matejchuk with a hat trick in this game. It feels like he kind of put the team on his back a little bit in this game and really took charge out there on the ice.
Yeah, we saw tonight what makes him so special, and the bigger the moment, the closer to the ice he gets, and whether it's just riding the emotions of the game. He's a perfect example of his demeanor doesn't change. Something bad happens, he digs in. Something good happens, he doesn't get complacent. He just wants more. I thought he was a captain tonight. He led the right way, and obviously it's what we expect from him, and it's what he always brings. But he had a heck of a night.
Jackson Unger wins his 10th straight start. He comes up with some very big saves in that shootout, as well as down the stretch. How key was he in this victory?
I thought tonight was a great game for Jackson to that he can look back on and learn from it, just in a way of it's a playoff game. The ups and the downs. We get behind early, but again, a guy that his demeanor didn't change. He just he didn't get down. His body language was good. It was just about making that next save, and even they score the fourth one. They tie it up late. When you watch Jackson's demeanor, we knew we were all right because he looked like we were all right, and we saw it in the shootout. He made big saves, gave us an opportunity, and he was a big part of this win.
What do you guys have to do now going into Medicine Hat? I know it'll be a tough game to bounce to to kind of turn things around real quickly, and another tough test in Medicine Hat. What's going to be the key there?
Well, we talked about the turnovers. We'll watch those. We'll learn from those and see where we can make better decisions. But there's a lot of real good things about tonight. I thought our zone time, when we did manage pucks, put it in good places. We had good depth in the offensive zone, and we saw where they're dangerous. They're dangerous off the rush, but for the most part, I thought we did a real good job there. So it's continuing to push on the positive things and learn from the mistakes and reset for another big one tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the win and good luck in Medicine Hat tomorrow night.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks to Warriors head coach Mark O'Leary for joining us here on the post-game show. We'll take a quick break and we'll recap your out-of-town scoreboard when we come back next on IKS Media Warriors Live.
Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more and more and more and more. Hit the road, Sask, and always come back to see more. And more and more and more and more and more. And more and more and more and more and more and more and more. Yeah!
Welcome back into the Moose Jaw Event Center. We continue to make our way through the post-game show after a Warriors 6-5 shootout win over the Medicine Hat Tigers here tonight in the first half of a big weekend home-and-home set between these two teams. Let's wrap it up with a look at the Sask Lottery's out-of-town scoreboard. Prince Albert knocking off the Saskatoon Blades with 2 goals in the third period, winning in a shootout over Saskatoon. Saskatoon, as they do, pick up a point. But Prince Albert with a big victory over their biggest rival right there. The Calgary Hitmen score 4 in the first. They lead Brandon 5-0. That game is in the third period. The Lethbridge Hurricanes up 3-1 on the Regina Pats. That game also in the third. Red Deer out in front on Edmonton 6-1. That game early in the third period as well. Edmonton struck first, but then Red Deer was 6 in the second period to take that 6-1 lead. Moving over into the Western Conference, Seattle is up 1-0 on Wenatchee. That game in the second. Victoria has a 2-0 advantage on Vancouver. That game also in the second period. Kelowna out in front 2-1 on Kamloops in the second. And Spokane has a 2-0 advantage on the Prince George Cougars in the second period. And Portland Tri-City is Portland in front 2-0 after the first period of play. Moving over to the National Hockey League, 4 games on the slate in the NHL. Vegas skates to a 5-2 win in New York over the Rangers. The Panthers knock off the Penguins 3-2 in a shootout. The Avalanche win 4-1 over LA. Actually, that one's 4-1 going into the third period. And it's 1-1 between the Blues and the Kraken in the first intermission between those two squads. So, busy night around the NHL and the WHL, and it was a busy night here in downtown Moose Jaw as the Warriors picked up a thrilling 6-5 shootout win over the Medicine Hat Tigers. Denton Matejchuk with the hat trick in the victory, and a big win for Moose Jaw in this one to kick off a weekend home-and-home set between these two teams. They will meet again tomorrow night in Medicine Hat at Co-op Place. Puck drops 8 o'clock Saskatchewan time. Then the Warriors will be back at home next weekend for a pair of games Friday and Saturday. Prince Albert comes to town Friday, then Red Deer on Saturday. You can get tickets for those at mjwarriors.ca. But thank you for tuning in tonight on IKS Media Warriors Live.